So former Florida Governor Jeb Bush has decided that he's going to give a foreign policy speech. We told you about it yesterday. He's going to try to distinguish himself from George W. Bush and George H.W. Bush. He's a totally different kind of Bush, except his advisors are identical, his ideas are identical. And the big reveal in this speech was he thinks we should do more military spending. Whoa, no way, that's so different than the other Bushes. But it turns out he also screwed up a whole bunch of things in the speech now that he's actually given it. And this is fun. So first of all, he was talking about Boko Haram in Nigeria. Apparently, he's just as clueless as George W. Bush. No idea how to pronounce it. He called it Boko Haram, which sounds a lot more fashionable, right? It's not Buku, it's Boko Haram, okay? And remember, of course, George W. Bush infamously couldn't pronounce Abu Ghraib. He had a press conference about one of the most important things, and when we found out we were torturing people at Abu Ghraib, he called it Abu Ghraib, Abu Ghraib, okay, among many different pronunciations. So if you're trying to be a different kind of Bush, this ain't really the way to do it. Okay. Now, then he said, ISIS got 200,000 people in its army. Well, that's not true. According to our National Counterterrorism Center, it has 20 to 31,000 people in its quasi-military, right? And so afterwards, his spokesperson had to come out and be like, oh, I'm sorry, the former governor is an idiot, just like his brother. He misspoke. He meant 20,000, not 200,000. We're off to a great start. Way to go, Jeb. Nice. This is big intro into foreign policy. This is him saying, he's coming, and he's totally different than Bush. Really? Well, we now go to one of his quotes from the speech, which I loved. He said, we have to develop a strategy that's global. This is talking about ISIS, right? He said, that takes them out. Oh, sophisticated. First, the strategy, needs to restrain them, tighten the noose, and then taking them out is the strategy. He sounds identical to W. I didn't think Jeb was as stupid as W. I stand corrected. Not only does he not know a damn thing about foreign policy, your grand strategy as the so-called front runner in the Republican primaries is, let's go out there and take him out. All right. Daily Beast explains he also endorsed the National Security Agency's mass surveillance of Americans, which began under his brother following the 9/11 attacks, as hugely important. Oh, great. Okay, so more mass surveillance of innocent American citizens. I see how you're different than your brother. Okay. And then finally, he had a nice conclusion here. This is the point where we're supposed to stand up and cheer and be like, oh my God, oh, that was so moving. Oh, what an orator, what a great politician. Listen to this trite crap. He said, we shouldn't be as pessimistic as we are. We're on the verge of the greatest time to be alive. We're in our ascendancy as a nation. We just have to start acting like it again. To which I say, This is the big, different Bush. I've never heard anyone sound more similar to George W. Bush in my life. See, my strategy for ISIS is we go over there, we take them out. God save us from the Bushes.